What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. This one is a little bit different. We are right at Dash Off-Road 4x4 DNA Workshop HQ. We're going to do a little bit of a rig rundown for Dash's Y62. So just to give you guys an idea to what modifications would you need in the future, or what do you need to buy. Guys, stay tuned. We're gonna have a chat with Dash and see what hasn't he done on his Y62. So stay tuned, sit back, relax, have a beer, and let's go.
I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it change so the.
Alright guys, what's going on? As you can see, we are at a somewhat different, little bit special. We are at the 4x4 DNA Dash Off-Road, and we're at that HQ. So we're gonna do a little bit of a rig rundown for this beautiful beast. So to give you guys an idea what Dash is, what has indeed done. So Dash, welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
And can you please tell us what's going on here? So what are we going to do? We're going to start off probably with the front and work our way around, and yeah.
Easy done.
Yeah.
Always happy to support other sort of Y62 channels, so let's do a rig rundown of my rig. Obviously the Dash. This was the one of the first bars, Predator bars that came in, that we tested up. Mine is different to everyone else's. See how this is colour coded
it
here?
is.
Mine's the only one done like that. And the first batch that came in had the, when we designed this bar, we thought, this would design it around the radar, have a winch, make sure the headlight washers pop up, all the lights work, awesome fog lights. We forgot one thing. Where do you put the number plate?
Where did you put the number plate?
So the first batch we put them here, and then afterwards we ended up moving the number plate up, and that camera actually moved down. But it all works in the factory location, and so forth. We'll talk about the lights in a minute. They're coming.
Yep.
I guess other things for bar work, protection, that sort of thing. So Predator front bar, Predator rear bar. We'll go and have a look at that as well.
Yep. So to give the subscribers an idea, how much does it weigh? The weight of the bar itself.
Yeah, as it sits without the lights and the antennas and even the fog lights, it was 51.5 kilos when we weighed it.
That's really good.
Because
really
this is
good.
alloy, that's alloy.
Yep.
Everything behind it is steel. The crash can and everything else you need for ADR, that's all steel. But to keep the weight down, all the fascia is aluminium.
Right, there you go.
That part's steel, and that bolts directly to the steel winch cradle behind it.
Right, there you go.
So if you hit anything with this, Skippy's not going to be happy.
No. And you say it only weighs 50 kilos?
Yeah, I guess.
Round about there.
We'll round it down, marketing make it sound good. 51.5.
Yeah, 51.5, and that's a really game changer. There's some bars that are heavy. I just changed mine.
If we needed an anchor, that would be perfect.
Absolutely. And with these cars, you're not allowed to exceed, is it 80 kilos?
Yeah, 85 on the front.
Yeah.
Nissan doesn't like any more than that. It's not like a strict thing, it's a guideline.
It's a guideline,
but, with all these cars, less weight you've got on them, the better, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, the side, what have you done on the side?
This has been a Frankenstein of a car since day one, to be honest. I swear it's had 3 sets of suspension through it. It's about to get another one. This is the second set of sliders. We've had about 5 different exhausts on the vehicle, but we just keep throwing parts at it and seeing what comes to the top, essentially.
Absolutely.
So the sliders are the Vigo Extreme, so they're about 40mm wider than our previous sliders. And the reason for that is because I thought it'd be a good idea to put these new flares on, the extreme flares, so they sit out.
Yeah.
So then I had to extend the offset of the rims and tyres, so then that set out. And then the sliders look too narrow, so we've built some extreme sliders so it all matches down the line of the car.
Absolutely.
Turns out heaps of people have wanted like wider sliders just for more foot space on there.
Right.
So we've ended up fitting a fair few of these sliders to people's cars that don't have big offset or flares, but they just want a nice big foot to go on there.
Right, yeah. There you go.
So yeah, that's the story of the sliders.
Yep. Tyres and rims?
Yeah, I've had, on this car so far, I've had the first set, obviously the stockies, they last about a week. Then we put on after that Nitto mud terrains for doing Glasshouse Mountains, Land Cruiser Mountain Park. They were good until they weren't good anymore.
Oh, right, okay.
And then they just turned the cusp, they went in the bin. Then we put the Maxis on, which are just over there.
Just over there, those, yep.
They were okay. The first 499 Ks they were fine, and then I popped it.
Okay, there you go.
Right on 500 Ks. Maxis,
like on the road?
No, on the tracks.
On the tracks, yeah.
Maxis were really good with warranty and everything.
Yep.
But after about 10,000 Ks, I think the weight of this car, it just wasn't supporting it as well. So we're trying out the BFG's KM3s.
Yep.
They're probably 15,000 Ks old now.
Righto.
I can't really fault them, to be honest.
Absolutely.
You know, I've got a few chips and stuff in them, but like I treat my tyres pretty hard. I've got a low threshold for tyres, to be honest.
As we do if you're on this car, obviously.
Yeah. So anyway, they're going alright, I'm happy with them.
Yep.
Would happily get another set if I needed some more.
There you go. That's awesome. And is this a wrap bush barrier, is it?
Oh, these are the latest, the gold bush barriers.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, this is a new gloss finish. I don't think I've seen anyone have this before, but we wanted this to really stand out with that sort of gold effect that I was looking for. So high gloss. Don't know how it's going to go on the bush, but
there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, I've got one for go and one for show. So these are going to be for the shows because we're coming into show season now.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to the soon there'll be the Dave Benson show in Adelaide. Then there'll be the Sydney show. Come back for the Adelaide show in November.
Yep.
Oh, and of course the Vic Show and Shine coming up.
Show and Shine coming up.
July.
I've seen that exactly. Yeah, that's going to be epic.
So yeah. Anyway, that's what we got these bush barriers made.
All right, there you go.
Love the product. They look fantastic.
Oh, absolutely, they do. All right. So before we go at the back, we're gonna. Can you please talk about this different style of windows? Is it a window? What do you guys call
this is the Emu Wing. And when you look at the back of these cars, there's a lot of space in them, but there's a lot in the accessible space. Yep. So I wanted to find a way that I could, get to things quickly, and that's exactly what it's done. So I can open up the Emu Wing. Like, fair enough, critics will say that hole's not very big, but it's plenty big enough to throw my jumper in, grab the kids' snack box, or if you're in a recovery situation and like the car's like that or like that, you don't want to go and get your stuff out the back of the car.
Yeah, exactly.
So I keep my recovery gear right here. Anyone can get to it, grab it, pull it out, and off we go. So
yeah, that's awesome.
I've got that on both sides.
Yep.
This side's more so for accessing cargo. The other side is to access the travel buddy and all my air system stuff that I've got on that side.
You got to have the travel buddy. Absolutely.
I love it. It worked fantastically. And it gives it a different look.
It does.
Y62 these days, everyone's trying to make this car look unique and a little bit different. And I thought I was good at the start by putting bush barriers on.
Absolutely.
Now
everybody
are doing crazy things with their cars. Just trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to move at the back and we set up at the back and see how we go there.
Easy done. Vans on at the moment.
Yep.
Doing some of our own filming.
Yep.
So this is the Predator rear bar. This particular first batch we've done is just for Series 4 and 5s. There will be a Series 1 to 3 version coming out by the end of the year, which will have the different sensor holes. And we don't have to worry too much about lane departure in those ones. But I wanted, Razzler and Kmart do a fantastic job at making rear bars. I didn't want to go and try and make something to compete directly with it. I wanted to make something different. So again, with weight in mind, we made the wings out of aluminium, the middles out of steel, so we're down to about 88 kilos for the bar. And I wanted a centre wheel carrier. I didn't want one side or the other. So, and I just like the look of it.
Yeah, this is good.
It's nice and clean. I don't have to worry about extra lights. The ADR requirements is that you see the light at 45 degrees that way, 90 degrees that way.
Oh, right,
I just love having that big centre wheel carrier instead.
That's
and the latch that I can just grab one hand. Like, it's so easy.
You're just opening it up.
My kids can do that. Some of the other ones are a bit hard to get in and out of. So.
Yeah. So So the other question that I've had people asking was, if you're towing a caravan, would you be able to swing it out?
Oh, there you go.
And there you go.
There you go. It just misses.
Yeah.
Arguably supposed to take that off for travel, but I'm too lazy.
Yeah.
But no, it clears fine.
It clears fine, yeah. And some jockey wheels are right in the middle here, so it's far away.
Yeah.
From yeah. So that's really good.
Yeah. Like great reverse lighting.
Yeah.
When I say not reverse lighting, but a rear lighting system.
A rear lighting system.
They're probably a bit bright. Havers reverse lights.
Yeah.
But it lights up the like the sun. So excellent for lighting back there. Extra lighting up here.
Yeah, there you go.
So I like to have a lot of light, around camp.
Around camp, exactly.
This is quite an intense bright light.
Yep.
This is more of an ambient sort of light, just lights up the campground, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So while we're here, the rear ladder and the roof rack.
Yeah. So at the moment, I've got the full length roof rack on.
Yep.
I started with the 3/4, which was great.
Yep.
Except my head kept getting sunburnt, so I ended up going for a full length.
Yep.
And the ladder. On one hand, it's for show because you get heaps of comments by having a ladder at the back. But yeah, you can like climb up on it, but you've got to be limited about 90 kilos.
Yeah, I have been climbing on mine because I have my Pro Eagle jack at the top.
Yeah.
So when I want to access that, and that's the reason why I got one of these. They're absolutely really good. Unlike climbing on here, trying to access that.
Yeah.
So you can climb on the ladder and just grab it off and climb down. And so
one thing to note with this rear bar, the bottom step doesn't work. So what we've done in the rear bar is cut out this section, and that goes around the ladder, and this becomes your step now. So basically, first step's there.
Yep.
Then the second's there.
Second's there.
And then you can go up on the roof.
Awesome. There you go. Is it done?
Yeah. So it means you've got to have the carrier shut, but that's what you do.
Yeah. All right. So we're right in front now. We're about to check under the wood. And Dash, what do you have underneath there?
So the goal here was we wanted to get 300 kilowatts at the wheels, and we did everything we could to do it. So number one, supercharger, 85mm pulley. Snorkel, we know that from doing all sorts of dyno testing before, we know that gives about an extra 8 kilowatts, so we did that. I changed the air filter. I serviced it the day before. I dropped it to the dyno the day before, so it was the first run of the day.
Oh, right. There you go.
And we even put extra pressure in the tyres, so I tweaked everything you can to tweak a dyno. But we did. We got 301 kilowatts at the rear wheels on 33s, and the thing flies. Heaps of torque.
It'll be alright, mate. It shows that you use the car often there, eh?
Yeah, I haven't actually cleaned it since last trip to Big Desert, so it's a little bit sandy at the moment.
That's alright.
But she performed well. So I bought the supercharger because I'm Hoon and wanted more power for burning up sand dunes and that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
But I must admit, I've really appreciated having it when towing the van. Like the power that you've got just on tap as you go.
Yep.
It doesn't drop down gears when you go up hills as much.
Really?
You don't stress about things as much. It's just
exactly,
I've got to remind myself that the van's on, to be honest. That combined with the airbag system I've got.
Yep.
It's just it's like the perfect tow rig, basically.
rig.
We can talk about the airbags a bit more afterwards.
Wow.
But yeah, this is all dirty. So
right.
Snorkel, safari snorkel.
Yep.
I hated the look of it at the start, and I've really started to warm up to it now.
The safari snorkel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's polarizing. Some people love the stainless ones, and some people call them drain pipes on the side of a $100,000 car. So I'm warming how this integrates in.
This is absolutely.
Each to their own. That's fine.
There you go. So is this? I know there's 2 stages of this supercharge. Is this the first?
There's a few. So you'd probably call this a stage 1. You can go to a 75mm pulley to get a bit more boost. You probably should upgrade the fuel pump. It's right on the limits of the fuel delivery system there.
Yep.
And even though someone's done a 65mm pulley recently, running 11 pounds, and that is insane.
Wow.
So that had heaps of power.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Also got the pacemaker ceramic coated headers on here into high flow cats, and the dash catback system.
Yep.
On the way out.
Awesome. Battery system.
Yep.
This is a little bit different to normal what we see on some cars, and I just had to ask about that. What do we have here?
I think we need to put a disclaimer out, and this is why 4x4 DNA, they only let me work on my own car and not other people's. So don't judge 4x4 DNA on this electrical, because they do better work. But yeah, we've got the DCS80 up the front, going to and that's a change out start battery. So we've partitioned it with the Victron battery disconnect at the back here, but then it's going to a DCS 100 slimline under the false floor at the back, and with a Victron combiner managing that. So that means I'm charging the front battery up to 13.5 volts, then it will connect the rear battery, and then it will charge the rear battery at 100 amps if need be.
Wow.
So heaps of power.
Heaps of power.
I used to have a solar panel on the roof of my 3/4 rack. I took that off. 10 minutes of driving the car is equivalent to like a whole day of solar.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't even worry about solar panels anymore. I think that technology is gone now that you can have lithiums connected directly to the alternator.
Yeah. Wow, that's a game changer. That's awesome.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we're doing the inside now, and I see this is different from normal 62s that you buy in the market.
Yeah.
What's this in front, Dash?
This is the cockpit, I suppose, so we'll turn it on. And I love and hate the stereo. I'll shut the doors, I was going to beat the whole time. Like, I love the graphics, how it comes up. We can customise that. Access to all my digital radio stations.
Digital radio, yeah.
So I can go on and listen to Fresh FM or whatever I want to do.
Yep.
And the quality is fantastic. I won't put it on because it will demonetize you.
Yeah.
And often I'll listen to podcasts, Spotify here. And at the same time, if I want to look at maps up the top, I can. I bought this because I thought I wanted Apple CarPlay. Turns out the Android system's way better.
Really?
So I don't really connect my phone to it anymore. I just
go
straight in. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can do on here. You can still look at the tyre pressure monitoring system.
Oh, right, yep.
You can turn all the things on and off as you would expect.
Awesome.
There's stacks of apps that you can get. You've got better control over the audio than what you would have had before. Communications, love my Icom, that's good. If I was going to go buy another radio, it's hard to get these, so it'd be an XRS 370.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I've been pretty happy with that.
Awesome.
Red
Duck Pro.
Yeah, and I think that's the best place to locate them in these 62s, in that blank spot. Front locker, rear locker override, and then just spotties here. The compressor switches by my right knee, which you can't see. And yeah, this little. So everyone asked me where I got this little gadget.
Yeah.
That came from like Audi, and it was about $15.
You're kidding.
And it's like, I like it so much. It's great.
There you go.
The other thing people ask me about my car is these nets.
These nets,
all
this
the
is
time.
interesting. Yeah.
So these are out of a Holden Adventurer that someone that used to work at Holden's gave me, and they're killer. And
yeah, you can put your hats as caps and everything.
It's automatic. As soon as I get in the car,
we're gonna go look at some exciting new stuff. You just put it in your car, and that's the airbags.
All right.
You want to show us the gold bullet arms and the bling.
Come and have a look.
Alright, so we are at the back of this 162. There's a bit something special going on here. As you see, there's gold everywhere in Dash's car. So the reason why there's gold, you can come and have a look underneath here. Right. There's a bit something special going on there.
We've got the gold billets. And there's a bit of a project gold happening. I don't know, maybe I think Y62s are the gold standard, maybe it's gold, I don't know, maybe I just like gold, seeing gold.
Oh, it looks really good.
So we've got a gold project going on, which will be a playlist I'm creating and a series. So we'll start this week talking about the billet arms and airbag suspension. Coming up on that will be what we do at the front with some billet upper control arms, gold, and I'll tell you why you need them. and we'll go through the rest of the car, diff drops, which will be gold billet as well.
Yep.
And then we'd come back about a airbag pressure management system that we'll do in the last episode of that series. But this one, so we put the airbags in because essentially it's a problem that all Y60 owners have. Setting up the suspension properly is difficult. It's not like a Land Cruiser or any live axle car. When you have independent suspension, everything moves, and when you add weight, it all throws it out. So we've got to get it as, I don't know, we've got to manage this essentially. There's a bunch of ways to do it. Coils and airbag helpers.
Yep.
So this is a coil delete option. And essentially, so we can put whatever weight in the car, and we know we'll align the car at say a 1 inch lift, and so we just pump the airbags up to meet that 1 inch, and it can go higher or lower, or do whatever you want. Good party tricks. At the moment, this is air controlled or air censored. That's not the way to do it, and I'll talk more about this in the video. But for the sake of experimenting, that's what I've done, pressure control at the moment. So I've got this. All the air system is underneath the false floor, and then when you look in here through the EMI wings, you can see there's a little air outlet and a couple of switches there. So essentially, one switch is for the airbags, and the other switch is to run an air hose. So I can grab my air hose, connect it to the tyre, and it will drop down to 15 psi, whatever I choose, and stop, or it will air up to 40 or whatever it is and stop when I tell it to. So it's on the airbag setting at the moment. So I'll go into the ARB air control. The van's on the back at the moment, so this is an experiment for both of us. If I turn our pressure control on, then I just pick what PSI I want. So I might drop it down to, I don't know, 60. And we should see this drop right down. I'll see how low I can get it actually. Let's go for 50. See if I can dump it. You can hear things creaking in the caravan. Or shall I go lower? I don't know. I reckon we'll hold it there.
We'll hold it there. We don't want to be doing another episode, don't do what Dash did.
It could turn out to that. So essentially I know I've wheel aligned this car for a height of about 565. Which is just over a 1 inch lift with these vehicles. So if I want it to get back to that, I know it's going to be, I think I had it set at 80 psi. So I'll just put it on 80, or you can have presets here as well. So, and off she goes. It'll raise the vehicle. That's the brilliant thing about these DCS batteries. There's heaps of power for
doing stuff like this.
Exactly. There's the War of the Worlds at the end.
There you go. You got your notification.
So there'll be some benefits of this for people that tow, people that have varying loads changing. I think we're going to see better up travel for when we're full driving.
Better flex as well.
I think so. Well, not so much more flex, but when you've got coils, there's a limit because there's metal in the way, so they can't tuck up. So it means without influence of what's happening on the other side of the car, this will be able to tuck right up, truly independent. Even hitching and unhitching. So if I put my jockey wheel down, I can just dump it to the ground.
Exactly.
And when I hitch up, I can let the compressor hitch it, opposed to,
doing the old school way.
Using force. Either turning the jockey wheel or pumping it up, things like that. So I think that's going to be a fantastic thing.
Absolutely,
A few little niggly things we've got to work out with not having pressure control, mechanical sensor control, and then it's just going to be perfect. It's not going to be cheap, but it's going to it's going to solve a problem, put it that way.
Absolutely. So is this going to solve the GVM issue as well? If the GVM upgrade, is it going to give some of those that are towing a bigger van,
so you can be
setup?
Standard height, you can be you don't have to add weight to the vehicle to get the GVM upgrade. It's going through the process now through OnTrack, doing all the R&D on it. When that's signed off, absolutely, this will be another option.
There you go. So what, because I know it's not out there in the market for everybody at the moment, but there's some, let's say, people that have already got their setups, like coils and jumbo airbags. So if they want to change that, do you know the process, how they're going to go?
So that's going to be fine. By the time this video comes out, there'll probably be all the solutions out there how to do it.
Yep, absolutely. All right, that's good. That's good. So, all right, that's about everything around the car. This is a rig rundown, Dash's off-road car. And guys, if you like this episode, please jump on Dash's off-road on and subscribe on his channel. Like, subscribe on our channel as well, and follow him on social media. He does some excellent stuff around there. And guys, we're gonna leave it here for now. And yeah, stay tuned for another episode. We'll see you next time. Yeah.
I'm never very good at those thumbnails, but you know where other people, they sit back like this and they look tough? For some reason when I do it, I don't look tough. Oh, that one.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Perfect.
Maybe I just need to go to the gym.
Nah, you'll be right, mate. That's part of the thing. So, all right, he's gonna make a lot of noise.
Right, I'm not going to get down quite so elegantly, so you can turn the camera off.